Morning, Jel. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Okay naman.
Good
Surviving the
morning.
quarantine.
Good morning to all the people watching on the stream or watching on the replay. We have another special author guest, and we have Jel Tordesillas, and we're talking about 30 Days with Paulo. And uh, we'll talk to her about her first book, no, and what this is
Mm.
all about. And I'm always excited to talk to first-time authors because I want to be a first-time author also myself. My name is Anton Diaz, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're talking to Jel Tordesillas. All
So
right. So, all right. Thank you. And we're here talking to and thank you for Okay, Jel. Maybe just a short introduction of you and what's the story behind this book? How did you get started with this book, and what is this book all about?
well, 30 Days with Paulo is my first book. It's a story about really fulfilling your dreams as a creative. Well, in for this book in particular, it's a story about two creatives who meet by chance, and then they a 30-day deadline is made by Paolo. He said, "Give me 30 days to let me show that we're meant to be together." And then during those 30 days, they discover a lot about themselves as artists and also as people. So basically, this book is really about going after what you want in life, whether it be in love, your artistic dreams, or whatever. So there is a lot. If For example, you're an artist who wants to pursue your passion, there is a lot of hugot in this book.
Okay. So, this is a love story. Perfect for Valentine's ba to? Ano bang ano nito?
Yeah, it's perfect for Valentine's. It's a love story, but because I also love rom-coms, I think I've watched them all. Since simula nung sa yung mga Made in Manhattan, yung mga While You're Sleeping, baka yung mga bagets, hindi pa nila napapanood yun. So, siguro yung mga startup, like yung sa mga Korean, pinanood ko rin yun. So, I'm really a fan of rom-coms. So, that's parang the base of the love story of the book. It's a romantic novel, but also it's deeper than that. It discusses yung feelings about pursuing your dreams, your frustrations that sometimes people experience in life, and also general stuff that people can relate to during that certain age, yung mga 18 to 35-ish. But in general, um, whether whether you're young or like a little older, you'll be able to relate to this book.
So, fictional ba yung character or may hugot rin yan in real life?
I think for because you're a writer also, so I think you'd be able to relate to the fact that all of the writers have got from their personal lives, but in general, it's a fictional character, si Bea. Although people always ask me, "Where are you, Bea? Are you Bea?" But no, I'm not Bea.
Sorry. Go, go.
So yun. So like I've also had my in pursuing my dream of becoming a writer. Although my story is very different from Bea's. You have to read the book in order to know her story. But yung sa akin, it kind of happened accidentally, writing professionally. But
Oo. Paano nga
um,
ba? Maybe you can share with us, yeah.
I've been writing since like I was 7. Yun yung earliest memory ko of writing. So I wrote my first poem when I was 7. I was reading one of the books that my mom gave me, and then parang um rhymes suddenly formed in my head, and I wrote them down, and parang this is pretty cool. I can do what the writer is doing. So parang na-addict ako, and that's how I started writing. And then it it that interest translated to yung mga short stories, ganyan ganyan. But I always did it like as a hobby or for fun or like a passion that I didn't really think of pursuing until somebody told me, well, why don't you start freelance writing? That's what your cousin did. Because I come from a family of, not a family of writers, but there are people in my family who write. Hindi naman sila marami. Pero, so, yun. So, that's how I started. I applied to magazines, ganyan, ganyan. I didn't have any professional experience back when I applied. So, ano pa ako, yung parang, for example, you asked me to cover this concert. So, yung nagkataon nakakanood ko lang ng concert. So, talagang ginawan ko ng article yung concert and submitted it to the magazine. Ganyan. Tapos, dun nila na-evaluate na, okay, can you write for us? Ganyan. Tapos, dun
Ah,
nag-start.
okay. And what do you do now ba? Still writing as a profession or you do other things?
Yeah, I'm still a full-time freelance writer. Um, by profession, but I've branched out to yung marketing side of writing. So yung mga for blog content, also for
Ah,
yung mga scripts ng mga live, ganon. And
ah,
and also yung mga yung sa socials, ganyan. So, yun. Yun na yung parang main focus ng writing ko as a professional. I also write for This is Hype, yung under kay Carlo Ople, if you know him. But,
mhm.
so yun yung pinaka sa media ko ngayon. Pero mostly for marketing na and for businesses.
Okay. How did you get started writing this book? Maybe you can share with us the book writing process because again, I've also wanted to write my book pero nahirapan pa rin ako. And I know we have the same coach, si Kat. But maybe can you
Mm.
tell us the story how it all started and how were you able to publish this book?
Okay. So basically, I was on Facebook browsing as usual because that's what I do during my free time. I browse, and then yung sikat somehow by siguro some divine intervention, her post about auditions for mentees popped sa feed ko, and so I messaged her. Back then it was about yung before I do ano niya, series, the
Yes.
one
Oh,
she has
right.
is sa website niya. So, pero iba kasi yung idea sa book ko. So, I had to wait until she opened the mentorship outside before I do series. And then she asked me to pitch a story. Eh, tamang-tama, I had a dream about meeting a celebrity na nakilala ko siya. So, parang, nung pagising ko, naisip ko parang, this is interesting. Parang ano kaya, parang what would the celebrities that we idolize be like in person? Kasi tao rin naman sila, ganyan, ganyan. Pero it would be really cool to know one in person. Particularly someone that you idolize or siguro have a crush on, ganyan, ganyan. Or kahit na parang someone that you look up to, ganon, ganon. So doon nag-start. So I told my family, parang, this is an interesting story. I think I'm going to develop it. And you know, writers flow, right? Once you have parang an idea in your head, sometimes it just flows. So parang I think the story was kind of parang God given. Parang I didn't struggle thinking about yung plot itself or how the story would develop. Pero siguro the challenge was being able to translate it into an actual novel. Yung discipline of writing it, being able to finish the book, ganyan, ganyan.
How long did it took you to finish it?
It took me parang 2 years. Matagal-tagal rin because I did it part-time during parang when I wasn't working or ganon. So parang sulat lang ako ng sulat. Eh, wala pang deadline si Kat nun because I think she has a deadline now na parang a year you have to finish your book. So, parang so parang
Galit
yun,
na sa'yo. Oo.
nakalusot pa ako dun sa ano, dun sa deadline na yun. Baka ako yung dahilan ng deadline, joke lang.
So, ano to, parang you have to stalk the celebrity. How did you get into the world ng celebrity?
No, it was just parang ano, purely imagination. Siguro
Okay.
by ano, siguro by nature, I'm kind of an imaginative person. So talagang in-imagine ko yung world niya and parang kasi syempre hindi ko naman kilala yung celebrity. Tsaka basically fictional character yung celebrity, diba? So, talagang inimbento ko siya yung mga characteristics niya, ganyan, ganyan. And also, I think that's the fun part about writing, especially if you love imagining things. Yung parang, kunyari, if you want to um, invent a perfect love story, kunyari, hindi mo siya mahanap sa bookstore or something. Kasi that's also what got me started writing yung mga books. Kung minsan naghahanap ako sa bookstore, tapos parang uwi ako. Tapos ay wala akong nakita na parang I wanna read. Not that, syempre ang daming magaganda doon. Pero siguro one of the things that triggered yung desire ko to write was that I had a story that I wanted to read. Eh, wala akong mahanap na ganun na story. So, ako na lang nagsulat. Parang ganon.
Ang galing And and so yung ano pag-create ng story, did you write the ending first or did you develop the story from the start? Parang you develop from the character. What's usually how does it go? At least for this book.
Um, si Kat, kasi she sends us a template. So, para you have, so if you're following that template, um, you have to write the book from start to finish na yung parang make short summaries per chapter. So, that way, when you write the book, you'll already have a guide. Parang you will be wondering parang what the next thing will happen. Hindi siya ganun kahirap. And you can always change it if, for example, you think na hindi na fit yung mga naisip mo before. But in my case, kasi parang when the story flowed, parang I was at SM Aura during that time. I was with my family, and then I was telling them about my brilliant idea about si Bea and si Paulo, who are the characters in my book. And then, parang dinevelop ko yung story while walking, na parang, Ma, what do you think if, for example, she meets Paulo through ganyan, 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 ganyan. Tapos, ito yung mangyayari, ganyan, ganyan. Hanggang sa natapos ko na yung kwento. And then, because before, I tried vlogging rin. So, I was waiting for a vlogging event to begin. I was with a fellow blogger, si Isa.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a jock at RX now. Pero yun. Um, so she was doing stuff for school during that time, and I wasn't doing anything. So I just wrote the outline of the book on my phone. Kaya ganon. So,
Okay.
yun, natapos ko siya agad. Yung main, pero yung actual writing, as I said, matagal yon. Because I wanted each chapter to be meaningful. Yung parang, um, in my head, parang one chapter should be as meaningful as one, because I write articles, right? So one chapter should be as meaningful and as catchy as an article that I write. So parang ganun ko dinevelop, parang as if I was doing a series of articles.
Nice. Okay. And when you create that entire book, hindi ka ba nagkaroon ng writer's block throughout the pandemic, or the pandemic really helped you close the book? What happened last
I
year with
Ay,
this
no, no,
book?
no, no, no. I wrote this parang 2017 pa ako nag-start mag-write. And then I launched the book 2019. So that was before the pandemic. So I was lucky enough to launch it normally. So
Ah,
nagka-book launch,
oo.
ganon,
Yeah.
ganon. Pero yun
Okay.
nga, medyo naudlot yung
For more.
takbo. Oo,
Oh.
because of the pandemic and all of it. Where now, slowly, we're adjusting to the new normal. And I actually have an ebook. So also, people can also opt for that option kung gusto nila talagang contactless yung
Oo.
pag-purchase ng book.
Ano ba 'to? Was this designed for a movie or may part 2, part 3 ba 'to? Or what's your plan for this book?
Actually, yun yung sabi ni Kat. Kat is the mentor of Anton and I for writing books. So, nung nakita niyo yung summary, sa niyo, oh my gosh, it has parang so much potential for it to be um, a movie. And actually, several people have messaged me that na I wish it were a movie. I feel like I was watching a movie, which siguro is a reflection of the fact that I've watched so many rom-coms. So parang naging gano'n na rin yung parang pacing ng
Oo.
pagsulat ko dun sa libro. Parang siguro medyo script-ish, a lot of dialogue. So parang, ay, yon. So yon.
Nice. Okay. So where can they get this? Or how can they get in touch with you if they need to know more about the book?
Actually, they can just message me on Facebook. Just type Gel Right. So that's JEL
Mhm.
Rights. On Facebook or on Instagram. Um,
This is your
and
Instagram, correct?
yes,
Gel
correct, correct. Gel Right. So follow me. And also, if you have time, I just released um uh an acoustic version of Hey Bea. So that's one unique thing about my book.
Mhm.
It also has a soundtrack. So
Ah,
we
talaga?
composed that's an original soundtrack. That's an
Wait,
original song.
pakinggan
Sige,
natin,
sige, patugtugin natin. Or you can also YouTube it. Pero sige yan, kasi snippet lang naman eh.
Ay, hindi, walang sound dito. Nasa YouTube 'to. Hey
Sound?
Bea. So may soundtrack si Bea.
Um, well, it has an official soundtrack. Yeah, one song. Yeah, that's another thing that makes the book unique. The lyrics of the song are integrated in the book. So parang when you listen to the song, it's like giving you a three-dimensional feel of being inside the universe of the characters. So where it's parang it was one way of bringing the book into life.
Okay.
So yun.
Ang galing, ah.
So so yun,
May may
it was also a dream.
soundtrack pa agad siya.
Oh, it was also a dream come true. Because I wrote, as I said earlier, I've written poems for a long time,
Oo.
and I've always imagined what it'd be like if someone would put a melody into the poems that I wrote. So that's the original version. Yeah, the original version.
Okay,
So yun,
merong ano 'to, merong
acoustic version. That's the one that we released recently. So yan yung tumutugtog ng launch ng libro ko.
galing, ah. Who created the music and
My cousin, who's actually a member of Ikigai, it's a band he is in. You can also check their songs YouTube. It's called Duyan.
hmm, galing, ah. Wow! Pang-movie na talaga pala 'to. May
Oo, talagang
soundtrack
tinano na may soundtrack na. Well, wala na silang problem. Joke,
pala.
script na lang.
Oo nga, ah, ang galing, ah. So, very creative 'no?
And also
What
yung mga poems, it's actually parang a writer's collage kasi may mga blog entries and also poems. And yun nga, as I said, it has its own soundtrack. So it's actually different forms of writing because I love dabbling with different types of writing. Um, not only yung kunyari, as I said earlier, para I write for marketing, but
oo,
also I'm also very creative when it comes to writing. So yung mga poems and also kunyari yan, lyrics to a song and also kung minsan ko wala akong magawa, gumagawa ako ng parang dialogue, yung parang nag-uusap lang yung dalawang tao. So, yun. Ayoko kung weird yun. Pero yun, ginagawa ko yun.
Okay, so maybe can you invite people to read it, and at the same time, can you give some final thoughts to people who are who are inspiring, or who are inspired by this talk, or who are looking to write their own book, or write their own story? Any final advice before you answer that? Jill said, "Congrats on your book." One of our si Jill Suzuki. I love the soundtrack. Okay. Classmate din natin yan. Menti din.
Ay, wow. Thank
Si
you.
Jill Suzuki. So, any final advice, and then invite them to read the book or to buy the book?
If you're someone who wants to write a book, first of all, thank you again for watching. If you're someone who wants to write your own novel, I suggest you go for it because dreams really do work wonders if you decide to pursue it. Um, Also, to keep going, if you experience writer's block, okay lang, pahinga ka lang and then go back to it. Basta the important thing is to not give up. I invite you to read 30 Days with Paulo. It's a book that people can relate to. Wait lang, hindi ko siya mahanap. It's a book that people can relate to, no matter parang what age they are, because it's about fulfilling your dreams, making the most out of life, and going after what you love in life. So I hope you can support my book. Thank you for watching.
So, this is a millennial love story. Yung ba ang backdrop niya?
Yeah, on millennial, I think it will appeal to millennials. Pero also kasi there are some people na kunyari my age or siguro older pa, like mga 50s, ganyan. Pero me, I'm in my 30s. Syempre in general, 30s. So, yon yung mga parang nagustuhan rin naman nila. Siguro reminiscent of yung mga young love curve, mga ganon.
Wait, John said, "Hey, John Luke Quintana."
Hello, John.
Oh, may great dance moves ka rin daw, ah. So may
Oh
dance,
my Oh my goodness. Tinago
may
ko na
dance
nga
video.
yun. Tinago ko na nga yun. Hindi, because, private ko na nga yung account ko. And joke lang. And then, because it's actually another one of the things that I like to do. I also dance, not professionally, pero, yeah, I don't do it professionally, pero it's one of the things I also grew up with. Oh, mga 7 rin ako nag-start. Pero nag-stop ako na matagal.
Okay.
Tapos, yun. So, yun. Pero back to Bea. Back to my book.
Dancing author pala, dancing author. Ang galing naman ng family nyo. Creative all around pala, no? All around. May tanong si Jill. How's being in love? O yan, in time for Valentine's daw.
Ay, grabe. Eh, syempre, a lot of people naman parang want to be in love. It's parang, lalo na kapag Valentine's, parang katulad ko na single ngayon. It's something that people aspire to have. And parang, I think it's a beautiful thing, being in love and getting to know a person.
Oo. And hindi ba mas mahirap ngayon during the pandemic to meet other people? Well, being single during the pandemic, what happens?
Wala, you go to you go to Tinder.
Or Zoom meeting ba yan? Zoom meeting, ganun ba yan?
Hindi, pero actually, honestly, I'm very busy with work right now. So parang swipe lang pag may time. But really just work.
Oo nga, ang galing. And then I guess the book can help, with those love stories reading.
Yeah, correct.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, I'll send you a copy of the book later
Oo.
after this interview.
Thank you, thank you. So how was it? I know you wanted to publish the book. Was it really fulfilling to have parang a printed book? Kasi you're a writer, no? One of my struggles also, kasi we write a lot also. So sometimes hindi
Correct.
ko alam kung whether a physical book would be more fulfilling ba than just publishing it on the net, no?
Mm. Kasi I also started with print media, right? Kasi medyo
Oo.
hindi na ako bagets.
Oo.
so, so
What's the difference?
yon. Actually, actually very, ewan ko kung first time ko rin yun, pero seeing my first published article, talagang, ano pa nun, di ba? Print pa nun, so talagang tinatawagan, yung first published article ko, that was for Mega Magazine, talagang kinukulit ko yung national na, lumabas na ba, lumabas na ba? Tinatawagan ko kasi I wanted to buy a copy. So,
Oo.
ngayon siguro, and also seeing it na talagang parang, naka-publish na yung ano ko, that's my name sa pages, talagang in print. Okay siya, pero yung online naman, what's amazing about it is that you reach and also you're able to track the reach of your audience, right? Like for example, naka 1,000 clicks yung article mo somewhere.
Mm.
Parang that's also very fulfilling. And
Pero how
also
about the book itself? Yeah,
Ah,
creating a book. Oh.
oh, sobrang parang amazing, the feeling of being able to hold my own book and also nung nakalagay na siya sa bookshelf ko, parang nakatingin na lang ako sa kanya. Parang sabi ko, oh my gosh, one of those books, it's mine. Kaya
Ah,
it's really an amazing feeling. And also, talagang basta everything about it, as in yung parang nung kapag nakita mong naka-format na sa page, parang ay talagang legit na libro na siya, ganyan-ganyan. So, yun.
okay. My last question, si John, before we close. Can we expect another book soon? Are you working on it na?
Um, Regarding dito sa 30 Days with Paulo, yeah, I've started yung outline na, pero shinelf ko muna siya because I'm working on
Oo.
another thing which I will announce soon. Pero wag muna.
Pero merong in the works. Ganun
Yeah,
ba
yeah,
yun?
meron
After
in
the
the
first
works.
one, the second. Okay.
Hindi naman. You can choose to write another, pero if there's potential or like if the other characters have a story to tell, parang why not, 'di ba? You can do a prequel or as many sequels as you like. Or a companion novel, pwede rin yun. Yung parang you take other characters in the book na hindi masyadong napag-usapan and then you build a story around them.
Galing ah.
Oo.
Okay. So, maybe one of these days. Pero I'll do a non-fiction book muna about my story.
Okay.
Then we'll do a pero kasi lahat ng may interview ko recently puro novel eh. It's quite interesting
Oo.
eh. Parang you create a story around your head and pero hindi
Oo.
pa dumadami ang mga novel authors in the Philippines. Parang the
Mm.
Filipino.
Lalo na with Wattpad. Actually, I have a friend who publishes like almost every day sa Wattpad. Pero I haven't had a chance to read his work yet. Pero yun, active siya sa Wattpad.
Oh,
Tapos, I think SJ Wolf, the one who you
yes.
interviewed before me, also has a lot of followers in Wattpad. Pero ako naman, um, ano nga ba? Actually, naisip ko nga kanina, i-try ko mag-promote sa Wattpad. Pero, actually, yung dream ko talaga kasi was to publish talagang a book. As in,
Mm-hmm.
an actual published book na talagang dumaan para sa editing process. And also this cover, the one that you see right now,
What was it?
talagang yung sketch niya, ginawa by hand, hindi siya digital. So,
Ah,
ginawa talaga siya ng painter, tapos dinigitize siya to become a book cover. So,
ah,
talagang art collage yung libro.
art collage talaga. Oh, it's a creative output talaga. Galing, galing. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can't
And
wait to
I
read it.
also look forward to reading your book when it comes out.
Ayun. Kaya nga, kaya ako ginagawa nun, na-pressure na ako. Sa lahat ng mga ni-interview ko. To publish my first book and with Kat also. All
Oo
right.
nga. Thank you
Uh,
for your time po.
all right. Thank you. Thank you all for watching also. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Thank